Man, oh man, is it looking good in here. Minus this gigantic pile of garbage right here, but things have been progressing so well. So far, we have emptied out the 3 pods in the parking lot. We have gotten all of our glass cases onto the little like rolling carts or the bases, whatever you want to call them. Shout out to Mark, our contractor, for getting those fixed up for us. We've also gotten all of the grid wall onto their bases, and between grid and glass cases now, all of our aisles are in place. We still need shelves and stuff like that, but that's at least done. The desks have been put together. We have all of the other countertop cabinets that are in place and put together. We have the refrigerators ready. We've done a couple other small projects like this little t-shirt rack or the rolling shelves in the back. But I realized that unfortunately during this process, I have kind of been neglecting something. And unfortunately, it's been the videos. And I'm kind of filming all day, every day here. I have been here every day. This is, I wanna say, this is day 5 of working on the new store, and we're on to video number 4, and that's only because I combined 2 days of footage into one video. But as I'm filming these, I don't know how long they are, right? Jesse edits the videos, and he just finished up the one today and told me that it's less than 9 minutes long, and I'm like, dang, I didn't want that. I wanted these videos to be longer and give you guys more stuff to watch and more information. But I don't know how long they are when I'm filming them. So I'm going to be paying a little bit more attention, and hopefully starting with this one right here, you guys appreciate that and notice a little bit of a shift. The first thing on my agenda today was to finish off the refrigerators. And I do not know why, but this has been one of the longest things that I've had to work on, and it took, I'm not 100% done, but it's taken way too long. These stupid shelves, you have to have slanted forward for these gravity feeders to work. So when you take out a soda, the ones behind them move forward, right? And we have this set up at the current store with our little Coca-Cola fridge, and it was fine, and it worked. Everything was good. These particular refrigerators, I do not think are meant to have their shelves be slanted at all. They want you to have them straight like this. The reason I say that is because you can see the brackets on the side are literally on the side. That one's not on the back wall like that one is, and then you have one up here. There is no reason why that bracket could not be on the back wall, and instead they put it on the side. Because of that, you can't really have these shelves at a slant because they just don't fit properly on the brackets. So you'll see I have to zip tie them in here to make sure that they actually work. And it took such a long time to figure out the right angle where not only would the gravity feed actually work, but also where it wouldn't be so off that I couldn't zip tie it. So this has just taken forever. As you can see, I got this one done. It's looking good. We're gonna get those filled up soon. And I decided to leave one flat because I think the angle that we had to use to get the gravity feed to work is a little steep for glass bottles. And we are going to have some of those. So I left this side as flat shelves for anything that is glass. The Blockbuster sign is what you are going to walk underneath when you enter the Blockbuster section here at Double Jump. And we've had this sign for years, but we've never had it turned on or anything because the cable was cut when it was taken off the building originally. So the contractor is helping us to try to get this thing actually lit and hung up properly so it's safe and it looks good. I'm kind of scared.
Don't do this at home, kids. Oh, that's so great. There's the ground. There's the power. Let's hope. And we're off to the race.
Oh!
Hello. Spoke too soon. Sweet. We'll be operating today.
So, should be easy?
Yeah, it's, I'll do the hook stuff that I got. I've got to still get the same thing. Got to measure extension cord, how far in the end, buy all that stuff, and if I'm not back today to do it, I will do it first thing in the morning.
Heck yeah. The guy down here is taking they're not pods, I keep calling them pods, but the company is Blue Box. Way cheaper than pods, actually. That's why we went with them. But he's taking these out. He got one already. He's doing the other one right now. And then the last one is gonna be picked up, I think he said on Friday. He's got this super cool, like, remote controlled device. Like, it's not really a device, it's more like almost like a forklift kind of machine, but it's remote controlled, so he doesn't even have to be riding on it. But he's just maneuvering it and getting it on there. Just one dude by himself picking up this entire pod with this really, really cool machine. That is so cool. Since it's just me here again today, we have Bobby and Abby running the other store right now. But since it is just me, I can't do any sort of like super heavy moving, which there isn't much to do. What I can do though, is put all of the glass shelves and doors that are stacked up back there against the wall into the glass cases. And this is a very tedious process. I don't like tedious crap like this. Putting the grid wall together yesterday was horrible because it was so tedious, but it has to be done. And there isn't much more that I can really work on. So I'm gonna try to get that done today. Even though I hate it, it is still fun to do because it means that we're just still making progress on this new store. And these things have to happen, right? And I'm the one that is here more than anyone else to work on this stuff. The rest of the Double Jump peeps, they don't work every single day, and we still are open at the other store. So I can't just tell everyone to come over here and put these glass cases together. Someone's gotta do it. I'm the one to do it. I'm fine doing that, even though I absolutely hate it because it's so tedious, but it still means progress for the store, and that's what really matters. So I ended up putting together 4 cabinets. One was already done from the other day, but that's 13 less than I had planned on. It is just terrible. It's so tedious, and I feel like I just need a couple more people to speed it up, because if that's all I do, I'm not even going to finish today. With the time that I have left, I cannot do 13 more of them. It's impossible. I could maybe do like 3 or 4 more. And if I just had 2 more people here, we could do all of them in like an hour. So I'm going to move on to another task. So you probably can't even tell what this thing is by looking at it, even when it's done. But this is basically a storage thing for shipping boxes. So currently we have a bunch of empty boxes that we use to do shipping, and they kind of just go wherever they fit. Sometimes it can be difficult to get one because they're buried under other ones, and sometimes it's hard to know like what size box you're about to pull out until you actually get it out of the shelf. So this is gonna be really nice for Jess to keep everything organized and just speed up the shipping process a little bit. And it's blue to match our store colors. Not sure if we've mentioned it, but I'm sure you guys can tell. Our store colors, yellow, orange, and blue. And guess what? Yellow and blue just so happens to be the Blockbuster colors as well. But this is blue to match, signs yellow, lockers are orange and yellow. Everything we've been purchasing has been to match our store colors. And I'm putting it right here at the end of our tracks for the rolling shelves, because they stop right there. But I was a little bit worried about us like kicking these because they just kind of stick out to nowhere. But if I put this here, I don't think we're gonna be kicking those at all. And then Jess can either get boxes from this side or this side. As I'm wrapping up here for the day, I wanted to just talk about what I'm thinking and just kind of where I'm at with this whole process right now. Because I've been saying in these videos that we're building the best game store ever. And my intention is not for that to come off as me being conceited or bragging or flexing, nothing like that. I'm saying that simply because I believe that we can achieve it, and it's what we're striving for. Whether that'll actually happen, whether this will be the best game store ever, that's yet to be seen, of course, and it's completely subjective, I understand that, but it's what we are striving for. I've said it many times in the past, but I want this store, and I want our store, to provide the absolute best shopping experience for anyone looking to buy video games. And that extends to Pokemon cards, movies, toys, music, whatever it is. I want to provide the best possible experience that anyone can have. And that starts with customer service, which I think we already do a really, really good job of. We treat everyone kindly, we treat everyone fairly, everybody's welcome at the store, of course, and especially your dogs. But having this new store built to our exact specifications and requirements is going to allow us to just make the store 10 times better than it ever could have been at the old spot. And I love our current store. I've always liked it. I think we've always done a really good job, but there were some like physical limitations, sizing things that are annoying, you know, giant pillars in the middle of the store that we couldn't deal with, our back rooms being separated by an electrical room. There's all sorts of little nitpicky things that I could talk about that just made that original spot not ideal for our vision. But this new spot allows us to basically do exactly what we've wanted to do the whole time. And I hope that through these videos, you guys have been able to tell that there's been an incredible amount of planning, work, love, and everything like that poured into this. Because 2 years ago when we started this process, we didn't think it would take this long. And it's been bittersweet because the extra time has allowed us to revise our plans and to save more inventory and just to improve every aspect of what we were already planning on doing. And to see it finally coming together in person after 2 years is insane to me. We originally looked at this spot way back in October of 2023 when it was completely filled with offices and hallways. And we filmed that original video, I think in February of 2024, after we had signed the lease and actually confirmed that we were moving here before everything got delayed. And we thought at that point it would only be a couple months until we were doing what we're doing right now. But if I'm being completely honest, we were not ready. We were not ready in that moment to move stores. Even though maybe at the time we thought we were, but even now, I feel like with all the planning and everything that's gone into it, I still feel stressed about it and I still am worried. And I actually made an entire video on the Sit Cooper channel talking about this and talking about how I'm scared and how I'm stressed about this because it is a really, really big change. And anytime a business physically moves, you lose customers. There are people who maybe only visit the store a few times a year. They don't follow you on social media. They don't watch our YouTube videos, whatever it is. And they might come to the store, to the old store, in a few months and see that there's another business operating there. And they're not gonna think to Google Double Jump Video Games and see if we're still around. They're just gonna think that we closed. And we're gonna lose them as a customer. I can only hope that with our social media continuing to grow and our brand new location that's right on Mill Plain, which is the main road here in Vancouver, that we see more new customers than the old customers that we are losing. And of course, we're doing everything we can to not lose a single customer, but there's only so much you can do. You can't reach every single person. We have over 4,000 local customer accounts in our system. So unless we're going to try to call every single person and tell them, hey, we're moving stores, we're not closing, they might not know. I think most of them will shop here at the new place, but we're bound to lose at least a few. And as much as I hate that, there's not much we can do about it. What up, peeps? Today is day 6 of setting up the world's greatest game store. And by the end of this video, the contractors should be done with everything that they have to do. That includes finishing off the Blockbuster sign. So that is going to be fully redone. It's gonna be lit, it's gonna be hung in the store where it's going to be. So we're gonna be able to show you guys that. Bobby and I are also finishing all the glass cases right now. So we have those, we have I think 11 more to do before those are done. We have one other little project, something that we have to build, and then we might have to actually run to Home Depot and get some stuff because we're pretty much done with everything that had already been purchased. Just a couple little projects that we have to work on throughout the day. I'm so glad that these are going to be done today. This is one of the most unfun things that we've had to do. The grid was also pretty bad, but these glass cases, they just take such a long time. There's so many tiny little steps that each one has to go through. So this is half of the rest of them. We're gonna stop and then work on something else. Then we're gonna come back later and finish off the rest of the cabinets. Are you having fun yet, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've been snipping these like a good employee.
All of the zip ties, they have to be trimmed so that they don't have little tails sticking out everywhere. So we still have more to do here and then basically all over there, but we've done the first couple rows and then the big one in the Blockbuster section over there. So once Bobby finishes with that, I would help him, but we only have one pair of snips.
Use your fingers.
Yeah, right. Once that is done though, we are going to build our gigantic poster display, which we have one at the store currently that you guys have seen. This one is about triple the size of that one. So we're gonna have both. This one is gonna have our movie and anime posters. We're gonna put that in the Blockbuster section. And then the smaller one will have the video game posters, and that'll go somewhere out on the sales floor. This is a gigantic poster display rack that, like everything else, we purchased a year and a half ago and finally get the chance to put it together. This one's way bigger than the one that we currently have at the other store, so we're gonna have both of them here. So the funny thing about this though is that we actually don't have any instructions for this. When we got this stuff a super long time ago, it was delivered to the other store and we brought it over here, but we opened it and I'm pretty sure the instructions are somewhere at the current store. So Bobby and I are figuring it out, getting it together with no instructions, like bosses. And there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
You have fun?
I did have fun. This spot right here, did you watch Silicon Valley?
No? Dang it.
There's a spot where they're looking at servers and the guy's like, right here, this is where one of your server boxes are gonna go. Right here, this is where one of your server boxes are gonna go. And it's like a 5-minute clip of the show.
Oh, God.
They're just like,
That's like a Family Guy thing. But there it is, this is a giant one. This holds 60 different posters. We have 1 through 20 there, and then ABC.
D, F, G.
No, just ABC. Go Ducks. I say we kind of line it up with that stuff.
Okay.
Just along the wall. Where are you grabbing from?
Here in the pole.
Keep going. And right there.
Nice.
I don't want those little screws touching the wall, but
Yeah,
we'll figure out if it needs to move, but it looks like a glass case could definitely go there.
absolutely.
It sticks out much farther than the glass cases would though.
Yeah, so it might be kind of hard to see that corner, but as far as the camera's point of view, maybe not. I don't know how.
Well,
Does that thing do 0.5?
there it is. We'll move it if we have to. Contractor's working on hanging up the Blockbuster sign.
It's happening.
We're not going with LED. I thought we were. I think we didn't actually decide. So you guys saw in the previous video that it does light up, so we're just gonna keep those bulbs, and then if we ever have to replace it, we can. But it's got the cable going up and it's plugging in all the way over there at the top of the pillar. So when we turn the light switch on to turn on everything, that'll come on with it.
Nice. Heck yeah.
And we should be seeing that here shortly in this video.
Maybe while we're eating our Wendy's at a show.
Yes.
Cooper, we had our first casualty of the store.
Say it isn't so.
You know how many Guitar Hero guitars I've snipped down from our grid wall
No.
with these bad boys? And they just broke.
This is truly a sad day for all.
It really is. Like I said, we got to get a little frame and we'll mount it above the back of the register or whatever.
Okay, right next to our first dollar.
Yeah, our first dollar.
Oh, and me millionth dollar.
$1 million. And we'll get a little bit of paint on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then try to rub it off, but it'll turn the whole thing that color.
Yep. But it all worked out in the end because of friendship.
The contractors have been super nice in helping us get some stuff done that is kind of outside of what their normal work would be. A lot of the stuff that they've been helping with are things that, you know, it's kind of like our responsibility to do, like hanging up the slat wall, getting this Blockbuster sign up, but luckily they're for hire. So we were able to get them to help with some of the stuff that would take us just a little bit too long, and getting this Blockbuster sign up is not something that we could have done by ourselves. There it is, guys. Oh my gosh. I'll show you another clip of it with the lights turned off in here, but it's lit up right now. It's hung up here. It is extremely secure, although it's not like it's fastened to the ceiling, so like it does move a little bit, but it's being held up with a bunch of stuff. It's very strong. The contractor knows what he's doing. We have a switch here to turn it off, but it's actually going through the ceiling, over to this outlet here on our pillar, and it is all handled by a light switch at the front door that handles all of these outlets. So when we turn the light switch, this comes on and that comes on, and it is so beautiful. At first, you guys didn't really seem to like our tables here. These are the desks that'll be used to have the computers on them for the checkout and the register section, or the trade-in section. And I think that we're gonna be able to change your guys' mind on them, because this is not their final form. Trust me. They evolve. They're just like Pokemon. This is a base set, and we're about to evolve all the way up to like Team Rocket or something. Like, this is gonna be pretty cool. Check this out. This new store is going to be something extremely special. And I know that for a long time I've said we're super close. And I know that I've said it's coming soon, and we'll have more information for you shortly, all sorts of stuff like that. And obviously we've now actually started the process. And so it feels weird for me to say we're almost done, because for such a long time it's been, we're getting closer, it's coming soon. And just delay after delay after delay. It's crazy for me to finally actually, with 100% honesty, say we're almost done. But the biggest hurdle is going to be re-entering our entire inventory from the old store into our new inventory software, and then physically moving everything over here. But I want to thank you guys for sticking with us on this incredibly long journey, and for all your support over the years. It means the absolute world to us, and we would not be here without you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. There it is, guys. What do you think, Bobby?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I like it a lot. It looks nice.
This is not something that we've ever really tried or done in the past, but I just kind of had the idea because Abby wanted to get these IKEA desks, and I was like, well, what are we gonna do? Like, you can't just have a desk with like the full open thing. Yeah. And we didn't want to reuse the counter we have at the current spot because it's like super old and beat up, and we wanted to get something new. So this was the solution that we came up with. Contractors helped us cut the slat wall here, and it worked perfectly. And the 4 sheets that I bought that got delivered today was enough to do this entire one, and we have the rest of the slat wall for the other side, which we're going to work on probably tomorrow. But I think it came out awesome. So let me know in the comments if you guys think that this is an improvement over the way that it looked at first. And also, we have this like clear like plastic overlay thing. These came rolled up, so they need to kind of flatten out. We probably need to take like a hair dryer or something and apply some heat to them to get it to relax, but at least it's not like trying to roll itself up now. So over time, this will look a little bit better. And like I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it in the video or in a comment, but since these are clear, it gives us the option to print out some custom artwork to put underneath this top thing here. And we have stuff like that at the store now, but we can put like DJ, we can put a return policy, whatever we want. So let me know in the comments. You guys like the improvement?
Also, now I can challenge you to tic-tac-toe matches, because we use dry erase marker right on that, right?
We could.
Yes.
Bonus things. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you, Bobby, for all your help, not only today, of course, but every day that you've been here.
Heck yeah.
Everybody wants to help, but everyone doesn't work every day. So the schedule's been a little bit weird. That's why you've seen some videos where it's just me here by myself. But luckily, on a day like today, I gave you the option, or Colton the option, to come help. Whoever wasn't helping here is working at the other store with Abby, and Colton said, Bobby can go. So you're here again.
Yes.
I think that we are pretty much done with like almost everything that we kind of have to do right now. We finished, we had to put the grid on the other set of tables, which we'll do tomorrow, but we got all of the glass cases done. As much as we could. We're actually missing a couple brackets and stuff, but that's not a huge deal. We'll track those down. But we got the card things done. I mean, all we really have left is just like other random stuff.
Yeah, little odds and ends here and there. And we can see the Blockbuster sign perfectly. It's like angled,
yes.
It's great.
It's angled so perfectly cool. For standing right here, you can see it. So yeah, today was awesome. Thanks again, Bobby.
Yeah, and it's cool to see all the glass cases put where they are with the shelves. It makes it look more official.
And thank you to all the other employees, of course, that have been helping. I can't thank them here in person, but shout out to them, of course. Thank you guys once again for watching the videos here and sticking with us through this really fun journey of putting the store together. It's still a lot of work, it's still very tiring, but I think at this point, most of the heavy lifting is done. So I'm really excited to get to the point where we actually start filling up these shelves and glass cases with inventory. And we're not gonna film quite as much of that process because it's gonna be very boring. It's just gonna be all of us sitting at computers. We'll have a little bit to show you guys, but we can't film that for 4 days in a row. That's gonna be super boring. So we'll skip a little bit of that and just kind of show you guys what you need to see. But once we get to that point where these shelves start to fill up, it's really gonna start feeling like a game store. So thank you guys so much once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.